Hi everyone! Today I'm going to be sharing a new process video for my 2021 Life Crafted album. So this is still for January 2021 because I'm a bit behind. And I just wanted to show you how I created this spread here, documenting a nice dinner that my boyfriend and I made. So this flips out here as well as here. And then this transparency flips over. And here I just have some final thoughts about the month of January. This was also for Alice Bowl at Scrap Happy. She is doing a Calvin Ball challenge this month, and some of the things that I used, I filmed this video basically while I was watching the Calvin Ball crop, and some of the elements that I used are part of that challenge. So if you're interested in finding out more, then just keep watching. So I have here a couple of photos that I've printed of. This was a virtual cooking class that my boyfriend and I did cooking Indian food, and it was so delicious. So I had to print out some photos to document this occasion. I have one photo that is approximately 4 inches by 8¼ so the full size of like a Citrus Twist Life Crafted album page protector. And I have 3 more photos that are about 2 3/4 by 3 3/4, and that's just so that when I cut it down to 3 by 4, there's a bit of a border around the photo. So here I'm using some of the pattern papers from Cocoa Daisy's New Chapter collection, and I'm going to be forming a flip out that I'm going to mount onto that piece of transparency there. So some of the Cocoa Daisy pattern papers come pre-folded, so I want to make sure to take advantage of that fold mark and avoid having to make too many more fold marks on my pattern piece of paper. So I end up measuring 6 inches away from that fold mark that already exists so that I can create 2 panels that are 3 by 4 inches. And then next to that score mark, I'm going to cut 1/2 inch off so that I can form a flap. And I'll put that pocket card that says review on top so that I can secure that flap and the interactive mechanism onto my acetate piece. So you'll see here, I'm just putting on my photos and you'll see the mechanism come together in a second. Before I do that, I just wanted to go through all of my die cuts that came in the Cocoa Daisy kit to find a tab that would work so that the viewer knows to pull out the interactive piece. And I didn't like any of the planner tabs that were the adhesive backed die cut pieces. So I just went with this colorful gradient one that came on one of the planner sticker sheets there. Here I'm just attaching the rest of my photos onto my interactive piece. And one of the prompts for the Calvin Ball challenge was 3 of a kind. So I made sure that I had 3 photos on this interactive flap. Just going through all of my pocket cards to see if there are any that I want to use on that interactive flap. And I decided to pull out some alphabet stamps so that I could label all of the dishes that we made. And another one of the Calvin Ball prompts was using green. So I didn't have a whole lot of green going on in this picture, and I thought I would pull out one of these green alphabet sticker sheets from Cocoa Daisy. This came in one of their past collections, and I figured I had enough alphabets on that sheet to label all 4 of the dishes, and the dark green color kind of went with the darker hues of this picture here. So while I'm putting all these alphabet stickers down, I might as well explain what the Calvin Ball Challenge is. So the Calvin Ball Scrapbooking Challenge is organized by Alice Bull of Scrap Happy, and it basically runs through the month of March, and you get points for doing things that follow the rules, and the rules are made up as the days go along. So Calvin Ball is kind of based on Calvin and Hobbes, and I've never read Calvin and Hobbes before, so I don't know like what the reference is, but basically the rules are made up as you go along. And every day there are new rules that are added on. And if you follow those rules, then you get points for them. So, for example, there are points for making scrapbook layouts. There are points for filming process videos, and sharing your work and commenting on other people's posts. If you would like more details, you can visit scraphappy.org/CalvinBall. So Calvinball is CalvinBall. And you can find out more information there. I thought I'd participate this year just because I like challenges and I like points and I like sharing my work with other people. So I thought this would be a perfect opportunity for me to kind of just see what I can come up with the unusual prompts that they have out there. Just finally finishing up with the alphabet stickers here, and I'm moving back to my interactive piece here. So I decided to stamp the top of this review card with the date. One of the bonus points happens to be if you date your projects and if you use stamps. So I got 2 bonus points there with using a date stamp. Next, I'm just going to start tackling the front of this interactive piece. I think I had some problems with struggling with all the bright colors that are going on here, like too much orange. Just like with the bright oranges in the picture, plus the bright oranges on this pattern paper here, I just really needed some black or something to break it up. And in hindsight, I probably should have, instead of putting this on a colorful transparency, I should have put it on like a black and white pattern of some sort. But that's just all in hindsight, right? So I give up on the front of that card for a while, and I decided to mark off the 5-star rating on this pocket card with some of the star stickers that came on the Cocoa Daisy, one of the planner sticker sheets. And stars are actually worth another bonus point on the Calvin Ball challenge, so I was happy with that. Moving back to the front of this interactive element, I had pulled out a stamp set from Everyday Explorers called Home Chef, and I decided to stamp on the front of that tab the word dinner, and then on the back of the tab the word dinner again, and below that the phrase is served. So on the front it just reads dinner, and on the back it reads dinner is served. My original plan had been to use some of the other stamps in that stamp set to kind of create maybe embellishments or a background, but with everything going on this pattern piece of paper, it was just too much, and so I'll have to save that stamp set for another day. Here I have some chipboard pieces from the Cocoa Daisy memory keeping kit. I have one that says "So Happy Together," that's the banner shaped one, and I have another one in the black circle that says "What We Ate," and I do want to include these chipboard pieces on this page, but I just didn't really know where to put them because the pattern paper on the front of this interactive element was so bright, and in the end I decided to layer the piece of chipboard that says "What We Ate" on top of another chipboard circle that's a bit larger in size, and that kind of helped make the "What We Ate" chipboard piece like a bit more substantial enough so that I could put it on the front of my interactive flap. Here I've done some typewriting on my journaling card just off screen, and typewriting ended up being one of the prompts for Calvin Ball as well, so I got another bonus point for that. And I put this sticker that says "The Best Things in Life." This was one of the die cut pieces that came in the memory keeping kit, and that just was my title for the journaling card here. Another one of the prompts was washi tape, so I decided to pull out some washi tape and try to see if I could incorporate it onto the bottom of that journaling card, but I ended up not liking the way it looked, so I just stuck with using that chipboard piece that says "So Happy Together." Moving on, I'm just using some 3/8 inch score tape to secure my interactive piece onto that acetate, just because I wasn't sure if tape runner would be strong enough for the acetate, so I thought score tape would be the best at doing this job here. That finishes up my interactive element, and we'll move on to the next page of my album. just going through my pocket cards again to pick out one that will go on the back of this interactive element that was on the other side of the transparency. And I settled on this one that said, worry less, smile more. Just because January was quite a busy month for me, and I was definitely worrying a lot. Here I'm trying to pick out a piece of pattern paper that can go on the other side of this transparency. I wanted something that was a bit less colorful just because of all the color that was going on in that other page that I had. And my transparency isn't quite flipping smoothly, so I decided to make those holes a bit larger. Here I'm cutting down that black polka dot pattern paper to the size of a Citrus Twist Life Crafted album page protector. So that's about 8.5 inches, 8 3/8 of an inch by 5 inches, and just punching the holes here to make sure it fits into the album. Next, I'm just going through the rest of my journaling cards just to see if there's any pocket cards that I can do a bit of journaling on about how the month went for me. I like to do this at the end of the month just to give some final thoughts, as well as so that the next month starts with like a full 2-page spread. And I decided to use some of the free printable pocket cards from Cocoa Daisy. These are available on their website for free for anyone, even if you're not a subscriber to Cocoa Daisy. So I just printed out one of those journaling card sheets and did some typing on my typewriter for one of the pocket cards. Another one of the prompts for Calvin Ball was tearing paper. So I decided to tear that strip of patterned paper so that I could give just a bit of texture on this page. And I wanted to glue these pocket cards down such that when the acetate page hasn't flipped over yet, the interactive element will cover the pocket card that's on this final page here. Another one of the Calvin Ball prompts was using metal, so I made sure to use my Tim Holtz Tiny Attacher to just give some staples on this page. And here you can see that I'm layering my pocket cards so that I have them in the right position when I'm gluing them down, and just decided to tear the edge of that one pocket card a bit so that I can add more texture to this page. Just gluing all these layers down. I did debate on adding a bit more pattern paper, but ultimately I decided I had enough color on the previous page, and if I added too much color, then it kind of shows through the transparency, so I just decided to keep things simple for this spread. Adding a chipboard piece that says "one day at a time." And just finishing up my page with some clusters of heart chipboard stickers, as well as some washi tape and glitter enamel dots. One of the prompts for Calvin Ball was also groups of 3, so I made sure I had 3 chipboard heart stickers and 3 enamel dots that you'll see me add to this pocket card here. And last but not least, I'm going to be adding one of the puffy bird stickers that came in one of the Cocoa Daisy kits, just to the bottom of that right spread there. These pages definitely took me a bit longer than I usually take for my Life Crafted album pages. I think without editing, this took like an hour in terms of film footage, but I do like the way that it turned out, and I definitely enjoyed making this page for trying to incorporate all of the prompts from the Calvin Ball challenge that I could just in these 2 pages. Thanks very much for watching, and make sure you subscribe for more process videos.